finally sewed up this beautiful panel linen fabric from Fabric Mart. Wait till you see the pattern I used. And what am I doing with a bar of soap and an eyeglass cleaning cloth? Stay tuned for today's Sew Lovely tip. Hi everyone, welcome to Sew Lovely with Grace. If you're new here, I'm Grace. If you're returning, welcome back. I love to sew. I guess that's why you're here too. And you probably like to drink coffee, maybe? That's my second love. So, today, as you can see, I have this beautiful panel linen fabric that I got at Fabric Mart in a mystery bundle. I'm going through that mystery bundle, and I haven't bought fabric since then, except, of course, this week, I did place an order with Vogue Fabrics that I'm really over the top excited about. I am so thrilled. I'm finally going to be doing some fall sewing. But I'm still in the summer mode. It is so hot and humid today, and it's been all week with no coolness in sight. But anyways, I just want to tell you, I got this beautiful top that I'm going to talk about. It's McCall's 7750, the red one that the model's wearing. I got it for free at my quilt group. They have a free table, and sometimes there's patterns there. And I also have a Sew Lovely tip. So stay tuned till the end of this video. Hi everyone, welcome to Sew Lovely with Grace. Wait, didn't I just do my intro? Yes, I did, 24 hours ago. What happened? Well, grab a cup of coffee or your favorite drink, and let me tell you what happened yesterday. I need a sip right now. Yes, I started to record. I did my intro. I did my modeling outside because it was going to rain. In fact, it's raining today. And I got that all wrapped up. I brought the camera back in my sewing room to continue, and it didn't work. It stopped working. The screen was totally black. The battery was fully charged, it was plugged in, it was frozen. And quite opposite, it wasn't frozen, it was fogged up from the humidity. Yeah, yesterday was so hot and humid, it was close to 90, and now, let me look at my phone. This morning, it's only 72 degrees. So, okay, so what happened? The camera stopped working. I troubleshooted it for at least an hour and I gave up. So I went online and ordered 2 cameras, and I'm going to compare them over the weekend and see which one I'm going to keep, because I just like to see, you know, which one works out, and use a new camera. This one is totally unpredictable. 1 minute it works, but it's due to the humidity. Once it gets humid in the camera, that's it. So it didn't start working till late last night. I turned it on and it worked. This morning it's working. So we'll see how it goes. I almost did not have a video for you this week. So yeah, that's what happened. But look at this. I got a beautiful mug in the mail from Dory Graybill. She is a subscriber, and she sent me this beautiful sympathy card for my little Zoe, who passed away, with a wonderful note in here. And I'm still getting emails and letters and cards, and I'm just so thankful for you guys. You guys are great. It's been so heart-wrenching, but with your, just knowing that your constant support and just thoughtfulness just brightens my day. Every day I wake up in the morning, and this is how I think. I choose peace and joy. That's it. When I wake up in the morning, no matter how bad or good the day is, I choose peace and joy. And I say, Jesus, that's all I want. And with you guys, it really makes a big difference. So I got this beautiful mug from her, Dory Graybill, and she has a web page, Lacy Made Designs. I don't know if you can see that with the glare. But look at the flowers, and it says here, my soul is fed with needle and thread, so lovely with grace. How beautiful. Thank you, Dory. You're so thoughtful. Oh my gosh, it's such a big mug, so my coffee's gonna stay warm. I also got another sympathy gift from a dear subscriber, a longtime subscriber, Arabella. She's a wonderful woman who always comments on my videos. She is just a beautiful person. And she put it in this little beautiful bag. It's a handmade necklace. Wait till you see this. And it's my little Zoe. Look at this. It's a little dog. Look at the ears, the nose, the eyes. It's my Zoe. Oh my gosh. This is 1 in a million. You know, this is 1 in a million. This is worth more than diamonds. Oh, people like their diamonds and their jewels and their gems. These are precious, treasured gifts. I value them more than that. I'm sorry. Thank you, guys. I'm going to hit pause for a minute. Thank you. I just needed a little break. And thank you again, Dory and Arabella, for your wonderful, thoughtful gifts. I truly appreciate you both. And everyone who sent me cards and sentiments and condolences for my little Zoe. Thanks again. And now I want to talk about this McCall's pattern, McCall 7750. The one that she's wearing with the cold shoulder is the one that I made, that I'm wearing. That's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm also going to talk about the latest Babylon leather project that I'm sewing. I have it back here. It's not complete, but I'm going to show it to you. But first, like I always do, I want to do the giveaway. So last week's pattern was this Butterick wardrobe set, Butterick 6775. Isn't that beautiful? I love all the views. And what was last week's question of the week? It was, what was your worst pattern you've ever sewn? We've all had one of those, haven't we? Yeah, I've had multiples, but the latest one that I can remember is a beautiful pattern, actually. It was sewn up by Martika from Martika J Makes. She did a wonderful job. It looked so stunning on her, and it inspired me to pick it up, but unfortunately it didn't work out so well, and I think it was totally the fabric choice, as you will see. It's this New Look 6732 top, and it just didn't work out. I made this view here, and it's rated as easy, and I don't know, I just look like a clown in it. Here's the top. It's like a silky chiffon fabric, and my Toto, he's drinking his water back here, so if you hear lapping up. And I did pretty good. I mean, I finished it well. I finished it with the bias tape inside, and you know, all the seams look good. It's just, no, not my style. I have a video on it if you want to check that out. There was a variety of answers, a few indie patterns and a couple of big fours, but nothing really stood out that I recognized. And I thought it was a good question, and we had 34 responses. So let's go to the wheel and spin for the winner now. Here's the list of entrants. I have 34. I'm going into Wheel of Names. There's 34 here that I imported. And I'm going to give it 2 shuffles. 1, 2, and spin for the winner. Who's it gonna be today? It looks like it's Pearl Ray 1! Congratulations! Congratulations, Pearl Ray 1. You won this beautiful wardrobe pattern, Butterick 6775. Please send me your contact information to sewlovelywithgrace@gmail.com. Be sure to put B6775 in the subject of your email so it doesn't get lost in spam. and I'll ship your pattern out to you as soon as possible. So everyone, please stay tuned till the end of the video where I'll have another pattern for next week's giveaway with another question of the week. And now let's get to this pattern finally, this McCall 7750 cold shoulder top. This was, when I first saw it, I thought it was going to be like an hour make. I thought it would be very simple, which it pretty much is generally speaking, but there was a lot more involved to this pattern than I thought from the picture. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go outside, which I did yesterday. I'm just going to show you that segment of modeling. And I did model with the Babylon leather bag that I have here, this pink bag. Then I'll come inside and we'll go straight to the cutting table and I'll show you what was involved in making this top. So I hope you enjoy it. Again, I did that modeling segment yesterday when it was extremely humid out. It was unbearably hot and humid. I don't mind the heat as much as the humidity. So then when I came back into my sewing room with the camera, it locked up and it was the humidity. And it did not begin working again until the evening. So now I had to order 2 cameras because I want to, just have a backup camera. And I'm going to check them out over the weekend, see which one I like better, and we'll go from there. So I hope you enjoyed that. I really enjoy modeling my makes. I like to have fun with it and keep it lighthearted and not so serious. Now we can go to the cutting table. I would like to show you what was involved in making this blouse. I cut all the pieces for view A right here. And I have, this is the back piece, with this beautiful floral on the back, centered in the back. This is the front, same thing. I have the beautiful floral centered on the front. We have a neck facing cut on the bias, and then we have the back facing for the back opening. Here are the instructions for step 1 on view A. I'm going to fuse, well, I already did fuse the inner facing to the wrong side of the back facing and finish outer edge. So I need to finish the outer edge. I'm going to use a serger for that. Once I do that, I will pin the facing to the back and then stitch along the stitching line and slash between the stitching line and the circle. So this is the back facing that I interfaced. This is the right side. This is the interface side. I'm going to stitch with the serger around the edges to finish it off. Then I'm going to sew it here, following this stitching line all the way down to the big circle, which I put an X there. and then I'm going to slash in between that. And once I complete that, I'm going to turn it and understitch. I completed step 4, turn facing to inside press and base neck edges. So there it is. There's the facing on the wrong side, and here's where I basted it on the top. I'm on step 5, stitch front to back at sides, and then in step 6, make a 5/8 inch narrow hem at armhole edges and a narrow hem at the shoulder edges. That's step 7. And then on step 8, I'm going to tack the front to the back securely at outer corner of shoulder and armhole. So let me get through these steps. I sewed the side seams and I did the narrow hem using my serger. I just serged, pressed, and then top stitched. I also did step 8, tacking the front and back securely at the shoulder and armholes. So I did a little zigzag stitch here and up here. So it's almost completed. Now I'm going to work on the neckband. So this is the neckband. So I have to stay stitch the neck edge of the top and then press the neckband and then sew it on. And then the narrow hem at the bottom. And then I guess the opening, there is a button. So yeah, I'll be done with this. I'm so excited. I completed step 8 where you tack the front and back at the corner of the shoulder and the armhole right here. So this would be your cold shoulder opening, and then this is the armhole. And that looks reasonable. But when I sewed it, and I don't know if it's because this is a large, this armhole opening is too big. I mean, you can see everything. Meaning, I raise my arm and you can see everything underneath. So that's unacceptable. This is gigantic. I mean, I don't understand how the model here, how she's wearing it. You cannot see the opening from this photo. There's the cold shoulder and then the armhole opening. You can't see it, but it is way too big. If I move my arms, you're going to see inside. And yeah, that's not happening. So what I did was, I don't know if you could see it, but I basted, there you go. I just basted, I brought it up like 3 inches, and there's the armhole opening, and I put it on. You know, instead of pinning it, I just went ahead and basted it because I could just pull these out in a second. And it fits really good, and I can move my arms and it doesn't show anything. It's good. And also, when I tack this down here, I'll show you, this is the right side out. You can see the zigzag stitch. That's all I did on both shoulders. It's just too plain. So what I decided to do is I got these buttons. I've had them in my stash. I got them at Joann's way back when. I'm going to just add a button. I think it's cute. It goes with the roses on this pattern. And that's what I'm going to do. This design is bold. This design is unique. And I'm excited about it. Okay, she's finished. Now here's the neckband that I sewed in. This neckband, I had to serge it before I sewed it in here because it was really fraying a lot. And then I slip stitched it in and pressed. I don't know if you can see the slip stitch. It's the pink thread right at the bottom here. I did that hand stitching all the way around to attach it and pressed it. So that came out good. Also, I put a pink button here for the back opening. So that's there. And then I had the buttons here right at the shoulder. I think they're cute. I think the colors are spot on with these roses. So yeah, and then of course the openings here are smaller. So when I put this on, you won't see inside. But yeah, she's finished. I think it looks great. So yeah, this was more involved than I thought. When I first saw this pattern and looked at it, It looked pretty straightforward, but it's very detailed. It has a lot of steps in here, but it came out great. I really like this pattern. I like the other views. Here are the line drawings up close. Look at those. These are great for the summer, and I know I'm going to get a lot of use out of this pattern. So I hope you like that. Now I want to talk about Babylon leather. Yes, as you can see, I carried this pink bag. This was the Abbey Lock bag. It was the very first bag that I hand stitched at Babylon Leather that they gifted me, and I did a video on it. It was a sponsored video. This is not. And I really got hooked when I made this bag. Look at the detail. It's absolutely gorgeous. They have wonderful hardware. Everything is high quality. This is a lychee leather. They give you the thread, all that you need in a kit to make this bag. And I just love it. And I carry this bag all the time. And it comes with a strap, a crossbody strap too. And the beautiful little scarves. So that's what I worked on. That was my very first bag. I think it was back in May, and I've been making them every month. What I'm currently making right now is a backpack for Stephanie. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? This is the progress. I'm not done with it. I'm still attaching the bottom. But I'm going to give you a segment of the unboxing of this leather backpack. This is the cell phone backpack, SY50 in dark blue. Look at this. It's beautiful lychee leather and the gold hardware. Stunning. I got the navy blue thread. This is the bottom. The bag feet are already on. This is the bottom of the bag. And this beautiful scarf. We're going to have an inside pocket. So all the pieces are here. And of course this is a strap. And the D-rings, the finger protectors, and all the tools, the needles, everything is in this bag. So I'm going to start this kit now. And I'm so excited for Stephanie. It's going to be beautiful. This classic navy color. Now you probably noticed that there was blue thread in the kit. And I did begin to stitch it in blue thread. Here's a photo. And I just thought white was more striking, and Stephanie agreed. So I took it out, took all the stitches out, and I did it in white. Look at that. I'm still sewing. I got to put this in. And then I have these positioning pins here because this inner pocket is going to be sewn. So my last two steps are to finish stitching around the bottom and then sew around the top and keep the inner pocket in there, and then I'm done with this. And then I'll have the D-rings and the buckles for the straps so she can carry it as a backpack. I'll have a photo when I'm done with it, but I didn't get to complete it yet. So yeah, I'm really loving these Babylon leather kits. I highly recommend you go check them out. I have a code, SewLovely10, for an additional 10% off if you decide you want to make a kit. And if you do make one, send me a photo. I would love to see it. You might be wondering about the white thread in this kit since the kit came with the navy thread. Well, I have a lot of leftover thread from previous bag kits that I've made. I think I had like 3 spools of white left over. They give you more than enough thread with each kit, and you're definitely going to have leftover. So that's where I got the white thread from. So I also wanted to make mention of a product that I use when I'm sewing up these bags. This is not sponsored. This is what I use. In fact, I use this for hand sewing the neckband here on this blouse. And it's these magnification glasses. I got these on Amazon. They're lightweight. They don't have batteries. They're rechargeable like here, which you don't even need to use, but I like to. 2 levels, and it's adjustable. You can move it up and down. And it comes with a variety of magnifications. This box goes from 0.75 to 4 in magnification. So you have a variety of lenses here, and I just wanted to share it with you because it's invaluable. I can't sew these bags without this. I just love it. It helps so much to do an accurate job and to sew things smoothly. Now, I also wanted to mention the pashmina scarf that I made, the embroidered pashmina scarf that I made, and I said I was going to order one on Amazon because OESD had not sold them on their site, and I did receive it. It came in this nice little box, says pashmina gift box, kind of cute. I like the retro photo, the vintage photo, I would say. Look at her, she looks so glamorous. And I got the navy because that's what I'm gonna gift this year. I want to stitch it out, and it looks pretty substantial. It looks very nice. It's not sheer, it's pretty nice. It's very soft. And what I'm gonna do, hopefully by next week, I'm gonna see how my schedule is, but I want to stitch it out and let you know how that works. I've already picked some designs. This is amazing. I'm so excited. These are OESD designs. Look at these snowflakes. That's gonna look glamorous. This is one that I want to do. And then this is the center one I want to do. I love it. It's Snowflake Elegance. I think it comes with like 20 different designs, and so that's my plan for next week. I want to stitch this out. I want to do some embroidery, so I hope you tune in for that. Now we're going to do the pattern for next week's giveaway, and next week's pattern is McCall's 8528. Look at that. Very nice for the fall, for the office, or you could dress it down for a nice look for the afternoon. And I just think she looks gorgeous. It's rated as average. The fabrics are cotton blends, gabardine, tweeds, and wool blends. Perfect for fall and winter. The sizes on this go from 8 to 16. And it's rated, like I said, average. And yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's look at the line drawings. Very nice. Wow. And it has the color blocking too. And for, let's see, for notions, we have a rectangle ring and a snap. So yeah, very nice. This is a pretty recent pattern, I recall. So, what are the rules of the giveaway? Well, you must be a resident of US or Canada. You need to be a subscriber to my channel. Please thumbs up this video and answer the question of the week. And this week's question is, when it comes to sewing, what are you most good at? Put it in the comments and I will respond with the word entered, and you'll be entered into the giveaway. Please post your response by Monday, October 6th at midnight. Good luck! And now for today's So Lovely tip. But before I talk about that, I would like to show you a few photos of some quilts that a subscriber sent in to me, Cindy Winkler. She happened to be the winner of last week's pattern giveaway, and she shared with me her beautiful quilts. These two are the peanut butter quilt, absolutely gorgeous up here, and then there's a quilt she made with rabbits that is absolutely stunning, that I admire her talent. So if you want to send me photos of some of your work, I will show it here on my channel. But thank you, Cindy, for sharing that. You're so talented. Absolutely stunning. Thank you. And now for the So Lovely tip. Now this tip came from me from Nancy Zeman years ago that she talked about. You remember Nancy Zeman. She was on PBS. And I didn't really use this tip a lot, but over the years, sometimes I would. And most recently, I recalled it because I bought these magic pins. I don't know if you remember on my channel, but they're supposed to be so when you press, when you use your iron, the tops don't melt. And these pins aren't the greatest for going through fabric. So this tip is for lubricating your needles and pins. It's not sharpening them, it's lubricating them so they slide in the fabric. So there's really no demo here. What I have here is some soap. So you can use any bar of soap, and I got this just soap dish with a cover in my sewing room from the Dollar Tree. I got both of them, but you can get any one you want. There's no, prescribed soap that works. And my pins, the ones that they don't slide through the fabric very well. I was shocked. And then this microfiber cloth. You can use any soft cloth, but that's what I prefer. I got 2 of these where you get the eyeglasses. They were $1.25 and they work very well. So all you do is, there's no demo here really, is you just put your pin in the soap, pull it out. Of course, you're going to have some residue and you want to wipe it off. And that will, go through the fabric easier. It just gives you a little lubrication. So it's a simple tip. It's nothing, to write home about, but I thought I'd share it with you because when I bought these pins, they were a little pricey. I think they were $11.99, and they're not going through the fabric like I like. So that's the tip for this week. So I hope you found this video informative and fun, and most of all, I hope you were so inspired.